Hi everyone, it's Debbie Mirza, the author of The Covert Passive Aggressive Narcissist. So I get a lot of messages from people who are trying to find support groups, which is so incredibly helpful, especially when you're at the beginning periods of trying to figure out what's going on, and they're not able to find a support group in their area. So I often suggest, what about starting your own support group? And so then I get a lot of messages on do you have any advice for that? Can you help me, set this up? And I don't have time to help so many people doing this, but I absolutely love that there are so many that want to do this. So what I decided to do is I thought I'm going to just record what I would tell, people who want to start a support group. I'm going to record all my advice on an MP3 and have it available on my website. So I just completed that. So if you're someone who is wanting to start your own support group or thinking about that and you haven't done this before and you really are not sure what you're doing, this would be the perfect thing for you. And it's really inexpensive. I wanted it to be affordable to most everyone. Anyway, so that's on my website, and I will put the link to my website below this video. One thing I don't talk about on the MP3 is narcissists running support groups and narcissists coming to your support group, because that does happen. I had a woman write me on Instagram and asked if I could speak to that. So I definitely want to, because I've had that happen. And just a heads up, like we're learning that there are a lot of people that exist in this world that have covert narcissistic traits. And they're highly manipulative, as we know, and a lot of them target, I shouldn't say a lot of them, some of them target support groups because they know that these people that come to support groups are vulnerable and they're not feeling loved and they're not, they've been experiencing a lot of bad behavior. So they view this as a place for them to shine, and they know all the terminology and all the traits. And when I started going to a support group, when I was looking for my own answers, the person who led the support group was a narcissist. And I didn't catch on, for the first few meetings, but I noticed, and this is the key, how my body felt around this person. I felt annoyed by them. I felt, even though they didn't have anything about themselves that was specifically annoying, just every time they spoke, it just grated on me. They also then would follow some women out to their car afterwards, this guy, and he would say, "Hey, we should get together for coffee sometime. I so relate to what you're going through." So very manipulative. I know of someone who advertises himself as a counselor to empaths because he knows empaths, like a lot of us, are easily manipulated because we're so trusting and we feel so much and we give so freely, of our love. So that's something to watch out for. If you decide to start your own support group, just know that you need to have the same wisdom that you do in life when you meet anyone. Just don't assume that everyone is there for the right reasons, that everyone is there with a genuine heart. Most people are. And listen to your body. You'll be able to tell. As you... Also, you may have someone come in the group who is a narcissist, who's not leading the group, but is narcissistic. So another thing I recommend is keeping a core group of friends close to you who also go to the support group. people that you feel free to talk to and say, hey, are you guys feeling this about this person too? What should we do about it? If there is a narcissist in the group, it kind of depends on the spectrum, but I would be very strong with them if they're saying anything that you disagree with. I would also do gray rock technique with him, her. When you're in communication with them, just be very dull and very boring. Don't give your energy away to them. And it may be something where they need to be confronted and say, I'm sorry, but one thing you could say is we've had complaints that people feel uncomfortable with you, and we can't allow you to come to this meeting anymore. You might need to do something strong like that. So don't be afraid to do that. They can always, don't let them affect you in thinking, wow, I'm just trying to get support, because they'll manipulate you with that, with guilt and shame and working on their, kind of victim narcissistic traits. So definitely be strong with those people and, maybe not allow them to come back. So I would be when I led my own support group, I was very protective of the people there, and I wanted to make sure it was a safe environment. So just a heads up that narcissists might come. And the biggest way to tell is how your body feels around them. And have a core group of people that you confide in that come, even if it's just one or two other people that feel healthy to you, So I'm glad that MP3 is up and available. It's a 23-minute information-packed time of me just sharing with you things like how to advertise it, how to find people, how to begin meetings, content, things that you can talk about, ideas for that. I share a couple exercises that I did that are really powerful as far as healing, really helpful to people in the group, how to end meetings. So I cover a lot in 23 minutes. And I'm glad it's out there. And I'm really grateful for any of you that are thinking about starting your own support group. They are so important. It's so important that we share stories with each other. It helps us so much be able to see clearly and to just have the support of people who really care. And these become really special groups that friendships are formed from this. People I still keep up with that I met years ago at the support group. In fact, a lot of the interviews that I did in preparation for my book about covert narcissism came from this support group. I interviewed a lot of the people from there, and it was incredibly helpful. So I hope that helps. I know it will. Thank you for considering starting a support group in your area. There will be many, many people that will be so appreciative. Thank you for having big hearts and wanting to help like a lot of you do. So I will talk to you soon.